All right. So if y'all been on here Sundays before, or if not, just let y'all know what we get into. So on Sundays, pretty much what we like to do, you always want to see, um, where the market is. All right. So we always want to know, you know, what we getting into the coming week. All right. So that way, we're aware, and we're not running into anything, and getting caught by the blind eye, right? So this is what I like to do right here. So can everybody see my screen? All right, all right, cool. So if y'all know, we go to Market Watch. You literally just go on Google or go on your web and just type in Market Watch Weekly Economic Calendar, and then boom, it's gonna pop right up for you. Also, you pull up FederalReserve.gov. It's gonna tell you all the Fed stuff. Market Watch will tell you it too, but sometimes they'll be missing stuff. So you want to go to the FederalReserve.gov just to make sure that you're not missing nothing. All right. So boom, what I like to do here, Monday, July 14th, nothing scheduled, nothing crazy. July 15th, we got consumer price index before market open at 8:30. CPI, core CPI, anything that's CPI or consumer price index and stuff like that, you want to look out for. All right, so we want to be aware of that. This is going to be before market open, so it's not nothing where it's like, at least we get the data before the market opens so we can see how the market react to it. All right, so um, the market always kind of reacts to that type of stuff, so you just kind of want to be looking at the market at that time. We got Fed Governor Michelle Bowman's speech at 9:15. Okay, so that could probably be something. Boston Fed. We got a lot of Feds talking tomorrow. We got a Fed governor, two Fed governors, Boston Fed and a Dallas Fed talking. Um, so I mean, it's not Jerome Powell, but I would say just be on the lookout, just be a little cautious for that. But the biggest one is if you see Powell. Um, Wednesday, producer price index, core core PPI, anything like CPI, PPI, all that type of stuff we want to look out for before market open. That stuff normally come out around 8:30 to 8 o'clock. Um, what else? Federal Reserve Governor. Okay, all right, pretty much the same thing. Wednesday, Thursday. Initial job claims. Kind of want to be looking out for that. Anything U.S. retail sales, jobs, stuff like that, especially import price index, with all the tariffs and everything. We want to be on the lookout for. All right, around the 8:30. On Thursday, no Jerome Powell, but still some Fed governors and stuff. All right, cool. And then Friday, I see consumer sentiment as well. So nothing too crazy, but we do got some stuff that can possibly, just move the market. So that's what we want to kind of just be on the eye for. All right. So then we go to the Fed website itself, and then we check just directly, right? Vice chair president. All right. So she's the vice chair. So her say so may be up there with Powell's. I don't know. We're gonna have to look out for that around 9:15 on Tuesday. Um, Other than that, nothing too crazy. All right, look like we pretty good. So we can go ahead and cancel out these. Then I also, if you know, right, we like to go to Yahoo Finance. You go to news, go to stock market, figure out if there's any like crazy type of anything in the market that's could possibly be just affect the market. If any news was going on, right? So here instantly I see um um Euro erases after Trump threatens eases after Trump threatens 30% tariffs on EU. Hmm. Okay. So I guess the his 30% tariffs on the EU is put did he put that back in play now? The euro fell to a week low. Okay. So it looks like Trump came back both European Union. All right, somebody got to put their mic on mute, y'all. I don't know who that was. Y'all can do that for me real quick. Appreciate it. Both European Union and Mexico described the tariffs as unfair, dispute. Okay, so a lot of tariff talk. We're gonna talk about that too because I did see futures kind of react to that. So we're gonna go back and look at that. Honestly, y'all, that's pretty much about the only thing because just Trump come out with all of his noise and his tariff stuff. So I mean, we could just be on the lookout for that. Wall Street slips with Asia stocks as U.S. trade policies. So a lot of just trade talk, a lot of Trump noise. Honestly, that's pretty much everything I see that we can kind of just be on the lookout for real. All right, so boom. Now from there, right? What we like to do, we like to boom hit them charts. All right, so even if you knew, even if you like Chris, bro. I'm not too savvy with the charts right now. I'm just now starting. I'm not even through the course yet. All that type of stuff. Just bear with me. All right. I'm gonna try to make this stuff. I'm trying to break this stuff down as simple as possible. All right. And then don't forget, we always do Q&As and everything at the end too as well. All right. So, just bear with me here if you're like super new and not too crazy in the charts yet. All right. This stuff is all going to come around full circle and make a lot of sense the more you go through everything. All right, so boom, what we looking at right here. Let's just go to SPY real quick. So, and I appreciate everybody tapping in on IG Live, man. What's up with y'all? We just doing our Sunday live meeting. So, SPY, man. SPY actually on Thursday hit a new all-time high, right? And then kind of gapped down a little bit on Friday and kind of just chopped around. Kind of tanked a little bit, got bought back up a little bit, kind of just made this little doji type of thing right here. So we got that. I want y'all to mark this. Is anybody charting with me? Anybody going through this stuff with me on their computer, or y'all just on y'all phone right now? Like, are y'all just like watching it through the phone? Anybody like on their laptop or anything right now? I'm just trying to see who are going through this stuff with me. We got a full class tonight, man. I love to see this. Arshad, what up, bro? Brandon, what up, bro? Y'all dedicated, man. Yeah, I can hear you. I'm tapping in on my phone. All right, cool. All right, bet. So, boom, right? We marked this all-time high. Anytime the market make new all-time highs, you want to mark that just automatically, right? You just want to know what them all-time highs is. So, if I'm being honest, y'all, what do we see kind of forming here already, right? Possibly. What is possibly forming right here? I see a double top. Off the rip, I can look at this and say, this is a double top. And typically, double tops or double bottoms or triple tops and triple bottoms describe a trend reversal and a blockage of price action from going above or below a certain point. So in this specific point right here, this would be considered, if price does do this would be considered a double top, meaning a blockage in price continuing to go up further. Because we can see right here, if we draw these circles, so you can kind of see it vividly. Let me make them yellow. Boom. You draw another circle here, right? So you see how, right, and all this is, y'all, is resistance and supply, right? So remember, supply is more sort of area of resistance. Resistance is just one specific key level. All right, so supply is a zone. So all I'm seeing right here, okay, cool. SPY came up, boom, rejected hard, rejected a nice steep rejection to the downside, pop back up again in the same general area, this red box, and then possibly could be coming out here. So a double top looks like an M. Like it pops up, it comes back down, but doesn't come down to the first low, right? Then it goes back up. It tries to break through again, but can't. And then boom, possibly one of these. Do y'all see that? So this is what we could possibly be looking for, to happen this week or so, right? This is what I see kind of forming already. Now, like I said, every time we go through this stuff, it's always depending on what Trump says, or what Powell says, whatever the market overall, or whatever the economy overall is doing. Because we can sit here and chart all this stuff, but if Trump come out and say 500% tariffs on China, then no matter what you charted, bro, the price is gonna cut through all that shit you charted. Feel me? So all the theories you had, all the trade ideas you had, none of that shit matters if Trump comes out and says 1,000% on EU, 2,000% on, you feel me? So all this stuff, y'all, is just so we can kind of, if that type of stuff do happen, we can kind of get a sense of how to maneuver through everything. You feel me? So that's kind of like what I like to do. And so that way I'm not surprised by anything. I got a scenario played out in my head for whatever the market throw at me, basically. This is why we do this. Do that make sense, y'all? All right. So boom. So that's what I could see. Now, also, here's another thing, right? If everything goes okay in the market, we could probably honestly chop. The market needs to exhaust for a little bit, right? We've been running, we've been doing a lot of stuff, so we could probably chop between these all-time highs in this 616 area. All right, and then break through in one of these if the market wants to go up. But the biggest thing of what I'm looking at right here is, okay, I got my all-time highs, and then I also got my previous, y'all can see this right here on live too, right? My previous all-time high right here at 613 and change, where I marked that blue line at. Okay. Now, why do I have this level right here that says key level? Because if you went through the course, you understand that how we find our levels, right? You always want to plot the current monthly level. You always want to know where the stock opened up at that current month if you're trading it. All right. So that way, if instantly off rip, if price is above that level, then it's basically up. The percentage of that stock is up for that month. Or if it's below that level, then the percentage of the stock is down for that month. Right. So I know as long as SPY is above this 616 and change, then hey, we're bullish. The moment this mug go like this, y'all, and break below this, guess what? This candle is going to turn red, and you're going to see a red candle. You're going to see a bearish candle. Do that make sense? Right now it's green because why? The price is currently trading above its open price. This is open price right here, 616 and change. So as long as SPY holds above 616 and change, SPY is bullish for this month. But the moment this mug flip and go red, then we instantly know it's bearish for that month. That's why this level is right here. This is a very important level. So what are we looking for, right? This month or in the coming weeks or whatever. We're looking for, honestly, for SPY literally to either hold, stay above, do whatever it wants to do around this range, right? Either do this, boom, one of these, or boom, break and retest one of these, right to the upside, or boom, we know if it break this general area from 613 and change to 616 and change, then we can see some downside. Does that make sense, y'all? So this is what we kind of looking for on SPY, and just to kind of keep an eye out for it. I feel like even if you like super brand new in the charts, that's not too hard to understand. All right. Somebody just let me know if we good to move on. Anybody in the group, just let me know if we okay to move on. All right, bet, bro, for sure. All right, cool. So if y'all remember, right, we talked about the Dow Jones, how the Dow Jones was kind of lagging in that area, right? So it's struggling right here. And the reason why it's struggling right here is not by coincidence, right? So we've been had this. If you've been on the last like 3 lives, we've been talking about this same area on the Dow. It's no coincidence that this thing is struggling right here, right? So it gets up here to 449 and change, tanks to about 441 and change, pop backs up, same general area, the same box again, 447 and change, tanks again, right? So the Dow, YDP, oh yeah, you can hop back in, bro. You can hop back in the live. You should see the button to hop back in. Right. So it's no coincidence that every time the Dow got back in this red box, that it keeps falling. We just already said that what is happening here. What is this? What is the psychology behind this? This is supply here, right? These are limit sale orders already baked in the zone already from previous price action right here. That makes sense. So it's blocking. The Dow Jones is having trouble getting above these all-time highs here, right? How do we know that this is supply? For one, the first time the Dow came up here, right here, look what it did. Look at this crazy, insane move to the downside. This is not a normal move, y'all. This is an aggressive move. When you see stuff like this, you go to the daily time frame and all you see is consecutive red day after red day after red day, then a gap down and then a whole nother. Like, come on, this is on an index. Remember, this is an index. This is an ETF. So when you see price action like this, just understand that it's very aggressive. It's very steep, right? Not even just on the index, but any stock, honestly. Price action like that is crazy to the up or the downside, right? So boom, it automatically established, this supply zone here. Price ended up coming back up here again. Even did the same little thing that is doing right here, where it came up, it gapped down, popped back up, chopped around a little bit, and then fell. Right here, if we look at this point right here, it's kind of almost look like it may do the same thing. Where it comes up in a general area right here, this red box, gaps down, come down here, comes back up, and then it could possibly do one of these. And then, whew, right? So real simple, just outlook here on the Dow Jones, depending on how the market wants to play it, is honestly just this, y'all. We could be looking for, something like that, boom, right back into 432 and change. A break and retest, a pop, and then maybe one of these. Or we know that, hey, this is already market structure. We've been talking about this same 430 and change level for the longest, right? That if the Dow comes down here, if everything gets bad in the market, it could do one of these, a break, hold below, and then boom, break market structure, and then to the downside, right? And then we also, now this is also a wide range too. So we will have to risk getting faked out, honestly. A lot can happen if I'm being honest. Hold on, that's red. Make this right. So one of these, boom, and then pop like that, and then. So it's important to always, y'all notice I love drawing scenarios out in like on the actual chart, so you can kind of. For me personally, I'm a visual, like I'm very visual with the chart. So it's like if I could draw a scenario in my head that actually makes sense though. You don't want to just, you know, do some shit like, oh, the Dow is gonna do this, come back, like, you feel me? You want to be logical with your explanations, you know. So that's all I'm doing here. And then, you know, we could possibly see like a double top, and then, you know, so some shit like this. Boom, it could be forming one of these. Boom, and then a pop and break above. So a lot of things can happen right here. This is if I bring out my price tool from this structure to about where we trading at, this is a $16 range. All right, so the Dow can pretty much do anything in between these highs right here, 451 and change, and this 432 and change, until the Dow breaks above or below those two blue lines that y'all see. You know, we won't really have no full clear direction, if I'm being honest. Because it can come down here. Just because it's right here, that don't mean play puts. Because what if it bounce and hold here, right? If you're going to play puts, you will want to do it right up here. So that way we can do this, y'all. Stop loss closer to our entry, where we know, okay, this is already established. So I like trades like this, right? So this is how I would say this, right? So I love trades that you got clear exits, right? So you got clear like stop loss. So even if you new to the charts, you can tell that, okay, if the Dow does this, if you get in here right at this blue line and the Dow goes above this line, can't you automatically tell that, hey, to get out, because it already done rejected 1, 2, 3, 4, damn near 5 times, right? Maybe more than that. So if it gets above it, then okay, this supply is no longer valid, or this resistance is no longer valid. That makes sense? So it's like, I love trades where it's like, damn, I got a clear indication of when this trade is no longer invalid. So as long as long as the price doesn't go above this blue line right here, then the trade is still valid because I have the clear stop loss. Look how price never got above this blue line right here. Did that make sense? And that's what we did with DKNG. That's how we sniped that and rode that whole wave. I love, those are the best setups, man. Them technical setups where it's like you absolutely know when price hits this specific level or specific area that the trade is invalid. Those are the best trades. So this is what we could be just keeping an eye out for on the Dow. Now QQQ, right? We know QQQ has been a bit more bullish, right? Bit more stronger with Nvidia hitting new highs, Palantir going crazy, Meta, all these tech stocks, right, going crazy. But honestly, y'all, the same thing. Now, as I'm looking at this, right, look how we kind of is in a range now from either structure or all-time highs. So I got 2 lines, so all-time highs and then a structure level on all 3 of the indexes. So if we look at QQQ, you see this line and this line. All right, let me just draw it out for y'all. Boom, 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 boom. Y'all see how how them kind of connect, right? If you see that, but if we go to spot, right, we'll see that typically it's the same. We can draw that same kind of connect the dots right there too as well on spot. And then the same thing if you go to the Dow Jones. Y'all peep that? So they all right now in between structure. So if you look at the Dow, if you look at QQQ, right, that's clear as day. From highs, right? So we plotted the highs and we plotted a structure. the last previous structure, okay? And then if you look at SPY, that's what they all got in common right now. All right. So that's just one thing I'm noticing. Honestly, clear as day though, right? So if SPY, does one of these, then hey, we'll be looking for a break and retest of highs and ride that wave up. You feel me? Um, but that's the market. All right. Do that make sense of a scenario of what if no matter how the market plays out, we got a scenario for any type of situation the market throws at us. We aware as far as the charts of how we could look at certain things. Does that make sense, y'all? And it's also very important to know and understand where your major indexes are trading at, because you may have a good setup on an individual stock, but if SPY, QQQ, and the Dow is in the wrong places, guess what? Y'all know that these stocks move off of SPY, QQQ, and the Dow. So if your stock doesn't have any divergence, yeah, you may have a good setup, but guess what? Your stock may not pop that same week because maybe SPY is tanking, or maybe SPY is chopping, or maybe QQQ is doing something. You feel me? So just because your stock is in a nice demand zone, looking like it's finna bounce, you may not get that bounce that same week or that same day because SPY is probably falling in a resistance or something. That makes sense, y'all? All right, cool. All right. We can honestly let's go straight into Q and A's. So let's get right to it. All right. Um. So, Darnell, what up, bro? How you feeling? So, I seen you. You doing a sports betting shot. That's been going good for you, bro. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, I fuck with that, my dog. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. You doing right with your shit. You ain't taking the money and blowing on dumb shit. Yeah, you go. Yeah, definitely have a balance with that shit. You doing it right, my boy, for sure. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yep. All right. Cool, bro. For sure. You got it, my dog. All right. My boy Mike, what up, bro? JB, what up? How you feeling? Doing good. Oh, okay. Okay. You cause you take a lot of plays. Are you starting to understand like a gauge of like how I'm trading, my thoughts behind certain things, like what you starting to understand, like, or see like this type of shit I like to look for and shit like that? Yeah. Okay. Right. Right. So it's better for you to like. It's better for you like to actually like, okay, read something, take notes on something, go through it, and then actually see this shit happen in real life. Right. For sure, bro. You on the right track, my dog. I appreciate you, man. All right. Arshad, what up, bro? Boy, Arshad Crawford. You can either type or just say something through the phone. Oh, okay. You got any questions, bro? Are you where you at with the course? Um, with the program, have you been just keeping up with any plays I've been calling, as far as either paper trading, long term investing yet? Like, just where you at with everything, bro? Might have wait for him to type in something real quick. I appreciate everybody typing in on IG Live, man. All right, until he get done typing. Brandon, what up? Brandon, you said I'm not sure who typed that. It don't let me. My thing acting a little weird. Somebody said don't really have nothing to speak on, but just been looking into other stocks to invest in. On the long term side, bet, bro. So what I like to do, y'all, right? So this is what I'll do, right? Um, so let me share my screen real quick. So this is what I do, man. I have plenty different watch lists, right? And I have different watch lists for different types of trading of investing, right? So I have a watch list called Interest in Investing, where literally I've already did my fundamental research on the company. Dang, Microsoft went fucking crazy. Golly, shit. Um, I've already did my fun. I know these companies are profitable, or I know if they're not profitable, they're growing. I know, I know things that I specifically need to know about the company to invest in the company, right? And I make a watch list for that. And I call it interest in investing, meaning I got my interest in investing in the company, and all I'm doing is waiting for the specific time to get in, right? The moment I want to get in at, or the moment I want to buy it, right? So if you went through the course, you understand where I talked about, hey, it's not just about the fundamental research and the technical research. You also want to be able to find that value on the price chart, with the technicals. So because you can, right? So for example, you're not gonna get the best out of Microsoft buying this motherfucker at 503. You would have got the best out of Microsoft buying it when it was at 350 a couple weeks ago. Do that make sense? So yeah, don't get me wrong, right? Microsoft isn't going to zero. Microsoft is a wonderful company. Microsoft is, you know, but if you buy it right now at the all-time high, you wasting money, bro. Does that make sense? I don't care if you put $1 in that month, bro. You wasting your $1, bro. Right? Now, this is what I always do say. If you're a beginner, I told this when I had a one-on-one with somebody. I said, bro, when you're a beginner, don't even care about what price you buying a stock at. You just want to get in the game. So if you beginner and you like Microsoft and you went through everything and you all right, cool, buy it at 503. It is what it is. You feel me? Just don't do that. Like the more you get into the game, don't do that. Do that make sense? Like the more you become knowledgeable, the more you start to put up more money, stuff like that. But I just don't want nobody getting discouraged of, I don't want you to have to worry about, okay, finding a stock and breaking the stock down and having to worry about when to buy it as a beginner. That's just too much. Just buy the stock. It don't matter where it is, bro. You feel me? So if motherfucker like, all right, I love Nvidia. I want to get in Nvidia, and they're a beginner. This motherfucker at all time highs, 164 and change. Just buy it, bro. Don't even care about, You feel me? You just need to get in the game. You need to start now. That's the biggest thing. But if you already got experience, you already, going in with a decent amount of size and, your experience and things of that nature, no, you don't need to be buying Nvidia at no damn all time highs like this. You should have bought it here at 120, at $90, at 115. Do that make sense, y'all? That's like my just perspective on how I look at certain things, right? That I feel like just makes sense. So I got a full list right here. Now all I'm doing, y'all, is I just scroll down, right? I make my list, do everything I need to do fundamentally, and technical wise, I'm just waiting for the stock to come down to where I want to buy it at, right? When something that aligns up to where I want it to align up with my fundamentals and my technicals. Okay, so that's what I would recommend. Who said that? Just if you looking for stock to buy, man, just as far as like on the long term side, get you an interest in investing watch list. Break down you some companies fundamentally, and then hop on them charts and figure out when to buy them. Now, if you super brand new, don't even worry about when to buy them. Just go ahead and get them. You need to get in the game. You feel me? All right, who else we got? Appreciate everybody tapping in on IG Live, man. My boy Herb, what up, bro? I'm not sure if that was you. I couldn't see who asked that question, but I don't know if that was you. I don't know. But you got any question or anything? How you doing, bro? How your trades and everything going? You going through the pro? Are you finished with the course and stuff? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 Like that's what I always say too. Like I do the same thing, bro. Like I don't like I told the group and everything. Like, bro, you know, I like to see my plays to be at least bare minimum 10%, but really like 15%. Like if I'm in 4 plays and let's just say all 4 of them red, why am I hopping into another one? Feel me? Like even if the play looks so good, it's so high probability, it's like it's still just it don't make it, to me right now. It just don't make sense, you know. Now it also depends on how much capital a person is working with. If somebody got 100K account, 4 plays ain't shit. He damn near can be in like, you know what I'm saying? Like he could be in goddamn 15 plays, 20K deep. You feel what I'm saying? Like, but it's just like, bruh, niggas trying to get to that point, so it's like that don't make sense to do that right now. Niggas still got to be smart. So like, no, I feel you, bro. I'll be on the same shit. It's like, let me wait. If I'm in 4 plays, all of them red. Okay, cool. Let them work out first. If I'm in 3 plays and then one of them green, 15% plus. All right, cool. I can go ahead and add another play if I need to. If I'm in 2 plays, both of them red, I don't have no problem with adding in another play. Feel me? Little shit like that. Mhm. Good question. Good question. So I literally just talked about that, bro, on when I was on live yesterday, bro. And here's what I wanna put everybody on game about. I wanna let y'all know that all your money is gonna be made when the market is closed. So the shit that y'all see us do every Sunday, the shit y'all see us do Wednesday night, I don't want y'all only just doing that the Sundays and Wednesday nights. I want us to be doing this shit every night. You know what I'm saying? Or every day, or just when you got the time when the market is closed. Because what I learned is that when the market open, because of the market open, even if you charting, even if you're not planning on trading some shit, you still thinking about the money somehow, some way. Because the market open, we know as traders, right? This shit automatically give us an adrenaline rush. This shit get us stimulated. This shit automatically get us. You feel what I'm saying? Like nigga, when the market closed, bro, I be fiending for the market to open it up back up again. I be fiending for the next day, bro. So it's like when the market open, you really not at a fully clear mind as when the market closed. So what I like to do is to answer your question, bro, is I like to get all my research in, all my technical, all my fundamental, all of that stuff when the market is closed. So that way, guess what? That way, right? When the market do open the next day, all I gotta do, I know what strike price I'm finna get. I know exactly how long I'm finna get. I know exactly the position size I'm finna put. I know my starter position. I damn near done planned out everything. So all I gotta do when the market do open, boom, just put the play in and literally put my phone back in the pocket. You feel me? Cause I did everything on the back end already. Um, yeah. So I had got I actually I told everybody I had sold cues. I just sold for break even on this day because let me see what I actually sold the day that motherfucker started tanking. Actually, it was this day. So I actually literally sold this day right here. I just sold for break even. I had a little stop right here because I was like, I could see this motherfucker coming to 550. Um, oh, you can't see. Oh, damn, my fault. I'm on the lie. All right, hold on real quick. Add this. All right, cool. Uh, yeah, because I was like, it still looked good, but the momentum kind of died out. Like after this day, I hate little shit like this. So when I seen, okay, cool, we got in, boom, we riding away, super strong. Then we hit this, we hit a high, market just tanked, right, for no reason. Did bounce back the same day, boom, chop pre-market, open, then do this full move here. Comes up, gaps back down. And so it's like, okay, the market is either accumulating to do two things, either to do one of these, pop up to the upside, or pop to the downside. Um, and that was the reason why it was just a little bit too unpredictable for me because I was really getting in. I really don't like plays like this because again, right, I bought a dip a lot, so this motherfucker is not on a dip. I was really just trying to look for catch that momentum. Honestly, you feel me? For the break of highs and then for this motherfucker to keep going. But I'm like that momentum kind of started acting weird, so I'm like I could see this thing coming about 550, and then look for maybe some resistance. I mean some support and some demand here, and take the bounce off 550. But that was pretty much my philosophy of that. But if you in it and you got a nice amount of time on it, shit. Did you go in with full size, or are you planning on averaging in, like sizing in, or did you go in full size? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, so you had been got it. Oh yeah, so you was already. Oh okay, so you didn't even. Yeah, okay, yeah. So that was cool. I see why you held because you had got in on that pullback. Hell yeah, I was catching the. Yep. So I mean, shit, bro. Um, I would say honestly, if you got to September, let me see, August. You said you up 10%. It's unpredictable. I mean, so if we look at, let me see, let's see where you said your QQQ. So let's look at NQ real quick. Let's see where futures at right now. So futures already just gapped down. So we're gonna be if this hold overnight, we're gonna be QQ gonna be down in the morning. Um, shit. I mean, if it was me, I yeah. I mean, yeah, bro. I was. It's too much. It's a little bit too unpredictable. I would say, shit. Honestly, just go ahead and TP, and then get back in on the back end. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Um, you know, but I would hate for, damn, yeah, cause even, I know you had got a good entry, cause even this motherfucker right here, you still up 10%. So you had got in like down here somewhere type shit. Um, yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is like a little slight. Yeah, so even if you want to do that, bro, like use this as like a stop, possibly, cause like this little demand zone right here. Yeah, you was kind of peeping that right here, and then if you want to draw this line, like boom. So yeah, but then you can kind of run the risk of cause plenty of times, right? Them motherfuckers can just boom wick a little bit, and then you done got out, and then now them motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, do one of those. So I feel like either way, bro, you gonna have some FOMO, honestly. Whether you stop out and it keep going, or whether you take profits and it keep going. I feel like either way, it's gonna be a little bit of fear of missing out. Yeah, 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 and then, bro, you can always get back in on the back end too, bro. Feel me? But yeah, damn, this do look like a little, huh? Yeah, it's I do, but on dips. That's my biggest thing. Like I love, bro. If you, damn, I wish we weren't really on this live right now because I can't really give him too much sauce. But bro, if you do what I'm talking about that RSI, if you catch them on that, oh my, on that daily, and you long that mug, bro, on ETS, this is like golden, bro. Like it's insane. Uh, but yeah, the only thing about ETFs, but they is a little bit more of like manipulated, just because they ETF, so every institution is in them type shit. But no, they can pay, bro. Definitely if you can get them on them dips for sure. And then also too, so we going to bull run too as well. Definitely like QQQ, SPY, all that shit for the next 2 years they're gonna run. So yeah, straight long date them a year or so out type shit. But yeah, you're right, bro. This is a little demand right here. So damn, I'm a good possibly. Yeah, honestly, bro, I would say if you cool with just like holding it and then just you feel me, because you not it's not gonna be red if you already up. You might be just red a little bit, depending on where you got in. But if you want to try to hold to really maximize that, shit, see if them motherfucking hold this little level right here, and then boom. Let's chart that on QQQ real quick. So we go to QQQ. I think I don't want to say that's equivalent to 550. I think maybe right here. Let me go back because this is future. So, oops, hold on. This is future. So this little point right here, yeah. So it's somewhere around here. So if you go to QQQ, I would say go ahead and watch this pre-market low. This is perfect. So that's equivalent to the NQ. So this pre-market low right there, right? So we don't get a bounce right here. You can still run the risk of getting faked out and then popping, but I mean, just to take your profits and move on, I think that's good. To try to see if you can hold, to try to really, if you can get back up 15% or something. But I think this little area is good to watch right there. Yep, for sure. All right. So everybody, we good. Brandon, was that your question about the long term? Did I answer everybody's question? We all good? All right. Cool. All right, man. I appreciate y'all. This is a really good live. Appreciate everybody tapping in. We had a lot of people here this live. And we just, we're gonna see what the market give us this week. All right. So trade smart, trade safe. Stay patient, disciplined, stay focused, and we're gonna get to it, man. So, all right. So that's how we get in our lives, man. I really tap in with my members, bro. I really make sure that we all on the same page in the program, bro. I never want nobody to feel lost, bro. I don't want to just give somebody some information and then be like, hey, just give you a fucking you know, some shit to do, and then you don't know what to do with the shit next. You feel what I'm saying? So I like to, so people can actually see me in real time trade, right? And they could do the shit with me, see me trade and invest, and they can have a better outlook of everything. You feel me? So I appreciate y'all, everybody tapping in on the IG Live, man. I just wanted y'all to get, you know, some kind of insight in what we get into in the program. If you want to tap in with me, man, just click the link in my bio. It's only $50 to join the full mentorship community, and it's only $10 a month, right? It's very affordable for the information and the knowledge that you're going to receive and the potential, you know, that you're going to get, right? So I can guarantee you your return on investment. All right. So I appreciate all y'all, man, and invest your bag. Remember, invest your bag. Okay. One love.